It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye. Hey guys, just made a fun connection with December 18th. And before we start, we got to backtrack a little bit, and we've got to get into this Daniel 9:25 reference. And we need to start with understanding that Daniel 9:25 is talking about Nehemiah 2, not Ezra, when it involves the temple. So we want it to come back to the city of Jerusalem. I'll read this first thing. Many ambiguities and misinterpretations of the 70-week prophecy begin by not recognizing the correct starting point of the 70 weeks. Yet the text is clear. The 70 weeks start from the going out of the word to rebuild Jerusalem. The going out of the word to build Jerusalem obviously refers to the royal decree of the Persian king Artaxerxes that allowed the Jews to rebuild their city, Jerusalem. When reading the corresponding biblical text, we must distinguish between different decrees. Now, you guys can read all this, but essentially, the emphasis was on the city of Jerusalem in the green there, and that month of Nisan 44 BC is an essential starting point. So now we're going to talk about some numbers here. Just wanted to read Daniel 9:25 first. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The streets shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublesome times. So this points us back to Nehemiah, and it points us back to the year 44 BC. And here's Nehemiah chapter 2, and it's talking about, and it came to pass in the month of Nisan in the 20th year. Okay, so what Samuel has presented here, thank you, Samuel, is this. So I got some notes here. I'll put that here. So this is an interesting date right here. So March 30th, 33 AD. I know people have different perspectives on when Jesus died and rose and all that kind of stuff, but let's go with this hypothesis for now. On the Torah calendar, this is Nisan 10 in 33 AD. If you minus 69 weeks, prophetic years, 360 days, that's 173,880 days, okay? And that gets us to Nehemiah chapter 2, when it was the emphasis was on the city of Jerusalem, rebuilding the city of Jerusalem. So that's perfect. So basically, if you understood your Old Testament and you were sitting there, you could have calculated the day that Jesus was coming in on a donkey if you just counted 69 prophetic weeks from Nehemiah 2. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so now, if this is in fact the true day of when he walked in on came in on a donkey, of course, this is all, we're not 100% sure, but this is a pretty cool mathematical way to figure it out. Now, if this is the case, then Resurrection Day would be right around April 5th, 33 AD. Okay, which is the 17th day of Nisan. Okay, so now here's the fun part. So if that's true, based on all that being true, we have the seamless mathematical equation here. Now, if you add 726 days, that brings you to December 18th of this year. Okay, so if we add 726 days, that brings it to December 18th, 2022. 726 is Harpazo Raptoro. And I'll show you Haggai. Haggai 2:20 is referring to December 18th as well. And sometimes it puts the Gregorian date. So it just happens to be 24th day of the 9th month. It says this a couple times. Here it is too, in verse 18, 9th month. It's pretty interesting, December 18th. And if we go to John 10, here we are in John 10 talking about the Feast of Dedication, also known as Hanukkah, and Enoch means dedication. And December 18th is, 2,598 days. Or sorry, Hanukkah is 2598 in Hebrews. And that's how many days were between those blood moons. And that brings us to December 18th being the beginning of Hanukkah. And then we've got the word snatch, and that is 726, essentially. 726 and 726. So we've got some kind of cool connections here. So we'll see what happens. Also, somebody brought up too. Yeah, so the Greek word for 2598 is cast down, and that lines up with Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. So I thought that was a pretty interesting connection. But the emphasis of this is to say, again, that 726 days from potentially the day of resurrection is December 18th, 2022. So interesting connections. Go Jesus Go, one day closer. See you in the clouds. Bye.